Hi everybody, welcome to Amazing You. I am your host, Dr. Ranithanacoody. I am a certified hypnotherapist, life and relationship coach, breathwork coach, astrologer, and energy healer. Today I have the great pleasure to introduce you to Sugam Roka, a very young entrepreneur who is a fitness coach and social media content creator based in the UK.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sugam.
Well, thank you very much.
So tell us briefly about your story, Sugam.
Story. So, so like in terms of ethnicity wise, I'm from a Nepalese background. So I was born in Nepal. I came to the UK in 2007, where I pretty much learned like English, everything here. Um, and in terms of studying wise, so I grew up in London, pretty much my whole life until I moved to Nottingham for university in 2018, where I studied economics.
Okay.
And 2021 is when I started my master's for business management. So in terms of fitness, I've been doing fitness, working out in terms of weights, calisthenics for pretty much my whole life. Because I was like a athlete in school in terms of football and stuff, and I took it more seriously in university. Whilst I took part in like powerlifting and calisthenics society, and with social media, I've become more into social media. For the past year or so, since COVID, becoming more getting better with my digital marketing skills. Just making content for myself, and some
Yes.
brands are like that reach out to me.
Okay. And which platform on social media are you more visible?
The most visible right now is on TikTok and Instagram.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
great. That's great.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Sugam.
You're
And
welcome.
what has inspired you to start your business?
So in terms of fitness, I never really thought about it before, but then I realized I've been doing it for a long time, and I made like a side Instagram page of me just showing my progress to people, hoping I can inspire people. Then a lot of people really started asking me for tips, and I realized, okay, so there's like a problem into the market, or like that people want me to solve, and okay, so how can I bring value to people? Then I
Wow.
started at first I've started giving free stuff to people, so I had like free programs that I give out to people, seeing if it worked, getting reviews from them. And once I got my feedback, which took a while because not everybody like did the program.
Okay.
Then once I got feedback, okay, maybe I can like make it into a business. Then I started charging people for personalized workout programs, generic workout programs, and coaching online
Okay.
on the side. Yeah,
That's wonderful.
yeah,
Thank you, Sugam.
you're welcome.
So what has been for you, Sugam, the greatest challenge in your life? And how did you overcome this challenge?
Okay, so my greatest challenge is actually dislocating my right shoulder here.
Okay.
So this happened when I was doing gymnastics in 2018, around when I was in college,
Okay.
and I've had a lot of surgeries already in my like in my hand because I dislocated and broke my elbow when I was younger, and I've like had a lot of injuries from football before.
Okay.
And when I dislocated the shoulder, it was very bad, and the doctor told me, you need to stop working out and just focus on education. And someone who's kind of like been working out my whole life and been doing sports, even though I also took education very seriously. Also took sports and fitness as the same amount. It
Okay.
really hurt me in terms of you know because something that I had to give up, and
Yes.
and I was kind of down for a while, like for a year or so. I just didn't. I was just lost motivation in fitness wise. In terms of like education wise, I was always motivated regardless. And then slowly I started like watching like a lot of YouTube videos about shoulder mobility, shoulder joint, shoulder a labrum, like all the that's connected to the shoulder.
Yes.
And I did exercises every day for like 30-40 minutes with the band in the wall. I pretty much did everything which I could find. And like I didn't do surgery for my shoulder, so I decided I can like fix it on my own kind of.
Yeah.
and and just learning that. Then now it's got to a point where I've like, it's my shoulder is not like, it's kind of just made me like much more smarter into the training, and it's by overcoming it, I felt like, okay, if I can overcome something that kind of put me down, I can like kind of do anything if I put my mind to it, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes, that's wonderful because you heal yourself.
Yeah, it was a hard journey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Thank you.
And who has been the most influential person in your life, Sugam, and why?
uh it sounds a bit too corny, but I'm always gonna say my mom.
Okay.
um Especially because my mom, so she grew up in Nepal as well, and she came to this country by herself 2005 whilst doing nursing. And just watching her journey, because when we first came to the UK, we kind of lived in just like a room, just us as a family.
Mm.
Then just watching her, like, get a promotion in her job,
Yes.
to buying a house, and like now she has like properties in Nepal as well. Just seeing her journey kind of like always inspired me. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm always gonna say my mom, because she's always like been there for me in terms of like showing me how to like handle situations.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. And what are the three qualities that you admire the most in your mom? And
uh
can you provide us some example of that?
okay. First one, I would say she's very active. So
Okay.
very active physically and just everywhere. So like for example, like it might be 6 a.m. in our house, and I might be going down, and she's either going work or like, because she works in the hospital, so she has
Okay.
like 12-hour shifts. And normally her work starts around 8, and she'll be working out in like 6 in the morning for like 30-40 minutes.
Okay.
Or like she'll be active in like whenever she's off. We have a Nepalese community back in like Greenwich, London, where we live. She's very active there, so she's always active all the time doing something. It's always she's trying to add value either to her life or like
Mhm.
other people, which I always like kind of admired and respected um, since I was young. The second one, I would say she's very mentally strong as well.
Okay.
Like very, because like she had her own like own struggles in terms of coming to the UK. She wasn't really someone who spoke English. Is not her first language, and it still is not her first language. But she has that like the tenacity to always try something. Whether it's just anything, and she's just mentally very strong. I would say probably one of the mentally strongest people that I know personally. And personally, obviously, because she's my mom, just watching her, how she handles situations, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's very admirable.
Yes.
And the third one, I would say, she's very driven, like very, very driven. Always like, always looking for something to step up. Always trying to level up, whether it's like physically, financially,
Okay.
spiritually. She's always like a very driven person, and she's always has like a purpose on what she's trying to do. And that I respect a lot, and I think a lot of that, the driven part, is what I get from her, because just watching her like pretty much every day doing stuff and like being driven to her goals is kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How strong she is and how always looking forward and driven she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And what quote has helped you, Shugam, to cope in challenging times?
um there's been a lot, and I thought about that one a lot.
Yes.
Uh, but I think the best quote is just, you're gonna go through tough times, and that's life. Uh, and that quote really resonated with me, because I would say I'm 22 now, but in terms of like age, I'm still like maturing. Like I feel like I'm maturing every year or so, and I'm kind of seeing the aspect of life which I didn't see when I was 17, 18. And I
Mm.
feel like how I see life, and how I see just everything now is very different to when I was like 16, 17, 18, 20 even. So yeah, you're going to go through tough times, and that's life, and that's part of the journey. So that's the quote. Yeah.
Yes, that's so true. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
What would you say today
Yeah.
to encourage young people who are listening and watching and who are facing some tough times?
I would say whatever you're going through, whether it's tough or in tough as in like it's a hardship that you're going through, or a hardship in terms of like losing someone or anything that's emotional. It's just that your life is not going to be like unbroken happiness forevermore. It's not going to be sunshine every day. You're not gonna it's not going to be happy. You shouldn't. You're not always going to be happy, and or neither are you always going to be sad. It's just a process, and you're gonna have to go through them tough times. And once you go through with it and you grow stronger, you're always gonna look back and admire yourself, or like use it as a fuel to be like, yes, I did this. Now I can grow, and you're always gonna face them challenges. So whatever challenge you're facing through, um, it's just a process, and you're gonna go through with it. That's the thing I would say.
Yes, that's true. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Tell us briefly, Sugam, about your business and
yeah.
how can people contact you?
Okay, so my business at the moment is right now I'm only doing personalized programs and generic programs that I sell to people. Because at the moment, coach, there's a lot of stuff going around with me in terms of like work wise and university wise. So coaching is because it does take up quite a lot of my time. So I've kind of just stopped coaching for a moment. So yeah, that's one part of the business is training, and the other part of business is I so in terms of like my fitness is like my business there, but in terms of like external sources, it's more I also do like content creating around fitness, and I do work with like brands here and there, promote their clothes, their supplements through social media and in TikTok and Instagram. So
Oh,
that's the two business I would say I have around uh my Sugi's Fit, that I like to call it. In terms of contacting wise, I would say the best way to contact me is Instagram, which is at Sugi's Fit. So SUGIISFIT. For more content stuff like whether it's fitness or productivity or the self improvement. I post a lot on TikTok, pretty much every day. I
okay,
post every day, which I pre plan, and which is the same as my Instagram, which
okay,
is Sugi's Fit at Sugi's Fit. In terms of if you want to buy programs, so I have two websites. So the first one is sugi.co.uk/about. So SUGII.co.uk /about. And the second one, I also have like a newsletter which I have leads of over, I'll say around 300 people at the moment, which I have like a newsletter which I've run for the past 3 or 4 weeks. So
okay,
it's growing a substantial amount. And the link for that is Stan, so STAN dot store STORE/Sugisfit SUGIISFIT.
okay. Thank you, Sugam.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
Professor.
for taking the time
Yeah,
to share your story and what you do to the audience.
yeah.
And I wish you a lot of success in moving ahead and in everything that you do, Sugam.
Thank you very much for having me
And
today.
my pleasure.
Thank you.
And
Great. Thank you.
and thank you for the audience for watching and for listening.
Thank you.